We're gonna joke around the latest news, running the law, game reviews, gadget talk, and many more. Just a few dudes putting on a show, each screaming question to ring the soul. You're listening to Inverted Hashtag. Enjoy the show.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Inverted Hashtag Podcast, your number one source for everything worth talking about. I'm here with HS Reaper and
What's up,
also Rise Bowl.
That's a cute opening.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I
You
got
didn't even
pretty
have to
down.
rehearse that. It was like a first take. I like that.
Yeah, all the way.
Skills before.
Do you have that written down?
No, that was just improv.
Such a liar. All right.
Do what? All right, okay. But we're gonna be covering the PlayStation 3 press conference and also the Nintendo press conference, aka Sony and Nintendo. So, what we got first? Come on, guys, hit me.
First up, we'll start off with the PS3, of course, and they kicked it off with Beyond Two Souls, which is it looks just like LA Noire. I don't know if you guys have played that.
Yeah. I'm familiar.
Yeah, with the facial expression and everything looks so real that you're like, holy crap, this cannot possibly be a game. Well, it looks like that. And the character is a female character who is actually played by the actress Ellen Page. And supposedly she has some psychic powers, and this is the whole thing during the trailer. You got the SWAT team that comes in after her, and who knows why they're there. Obviously, because she has psychic powers, maybe they want her for some sort of experiment. It's probably going to be something cliche like that.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, you got helicopters blowing up. She's beating everybody up. She's like, killing everything in sight, and it looks pretty interesting. I don't know what else I can really say about that. What do you guys think about the trailer?
I mean, it seems like kind of interesting, but they didn't really give us too much. Like, they just gave us like a little taste test, really. And I mean, I guess it's just that one trailer, maybe some gameplay that they did show, but I just saw the trailer, and I mean, it looks interesting enough. I mean, it's nice to have like a new idea like coming out, so we're just gonna have to kind of wait and see.
Right. What about you, Rice?
I didn't really pay attention to that part. Are peaches supposed to be sour? Is there something wrong with my peach?
There might be something wrong with your peach. You might want to consult a doctor.
Probably not ripe.
Oh, phone call. Let's negate this. Anyways, this is a good segue for PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale.
Yeah.
This is actually
Awesome.
something I am interested in, so I kind of wish Microsoft kind of picked up on this. It'd be pretty cool.
Smash Brothers. What?
Yeah, it's pretty much Smash Brothers. What'd you like about it?
Just the characters that they had. I liked. I was actually paying attention to Kratos from God of War. I was looking at all the animations that they put into the game, and I was actually impressed by the moves they had going on.
Yeah, looks pretty sweet. I like how they put in supers. Each character has like their own super, and you can like get it up to like level 3, and level 3 is like you can get a huge super out of it and like get many kills, or whatever the case is, and it's based on a kill-death ratio during the match. You don't just have a certain amount of lives.
Yeah.
So you can just keep fighting throughout the whole time limit. I really enjoyed that. One thing that's really, really cool about that, especially for me because I own one, is
The crossplay.
it's going to be available on the Vita, and just like Rice Play hit the nail on the head, it's going to have crossplay to PS3, and it's also going to support cross save. So if you start playing it on like the PS3 or the Vita, vice versa, you can then save your game and continue it on the other console.
Really? That's pretty cool. I like the fact that they're doing that.
Can I cross-play it to the Xbox?
No.
No.
Darn. Guess you can't have everything.
I don't think you'll see Big Daddy and Nathan Drake taking on like Marcus and Dom.
Would be cool.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. But I think both companies are too big-headed to merge together.
Somebody from Microsoft, please listen to Inverted Hashtag.
Make
Future
this
game.
happen, please.
Be like future game, Super Smash Brothers Battle Royale, Halo. Like I
I
don't know.
see General Rom and Baird like team up, and then I'll take my money. That's it.
Take
No,
my
but
money.
yeah, that game looked actually pretty good. It's something I'd be interested in playing. I also like Little Big Planet 2.
Yeah, that's actually also another crossplay game as well.
Wow,
So how does
Yeah.
that work?
that's
Like,
with everything.
what are you supposed to do with it?
Well,
Th-
just like the other big planets, like you can play online with other people, but this time you can actually play with people who have a Vita, who have it for the Vita.
Yeah,
But isn't there already like a Little Big Planet too? I thought there was.
Yes, but it's coming out for the Vita also, and you can cross-play with the PS3.
Oh, interesting. All right,
yeah,
that's neat. I
But
like.
all that's coming through with like the PlayStation Plus updates.
Oh, right, right.
Yeah, yeah.
I like when they
Speaking,
do stuff like that. I mean,
yeah, I like the crossplay stuff. Also, the cross save is what's important because people
yeah,
feel like they don't want to buy the game twice and be like, I have to have a whole new separate save for it. Just like I can honestly comment on this fact because I have Ultimate Marvel for it's a little sick because I have Ultimate Marvel for the 360, the PS3, and the Vita.
wow.
And between the
Really?
Vita and the PS3, they're not linked.
Mm.
So I had to
well,
get all like the titles, all the stuff like that, and rank myself up. Um, I think I'm a fourth lord right now. But yeah, I had to rank myself up there by playing ranked on my Vita and start from scratch.
hmm
Same as the PS3 and same obviously 360 is not linked. So,
Wow.
but yeah,
Yeah,
hardcore.
yeah,
yeah. Supposedly they plan on I guess they might be possibly doing these bundles where you buy it for the PS3, you also get it with a Vita. It's gonna cost a little bit more money, but you don't have to buy it as an individual thing. So
right, right. Actually, I like that. I'm glad you brought that up because they actually have something like that with an upcoming game called Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation.
hmm
Um, it's
Yeah, I saw
actually
the
going to
trailer for this.
feature. Yeah, yeah, it's awesome. It's actually going to feature the first ever female lead character assassin.
that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious how they're gonna take how they're gonna take this because it's not supposed to have anything to do with the other Assassin's Creed 3. It's its own game.
Huh.
Makes me
Like
want to
obviously
play
it
Vita.
might tie in, but it's not the same story.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's something different, so people aren't just buying the same exact thing.
Right.
It makes me want to buy a Vita a lot.
Yeah, you're an Assassin's Creed maniac.
I mean, been getting into it more and more. Actually, can't say I'm like a maniac. I haven't even played like Revelations.
Well, you own all of them, I guess.
mm,
No?
Not Revelations.
Oh,
So
well,
so it's
my
like you
bad.
own like it's like you own a car, you own the seats, you own everything in there, but you just don't own like a
The
dash
steering
cam or
wheel.
something. Yeah. Like a steering wheel cover. So you pretty much like maniac about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down with Assassin's Creed. Like, I'm pumped for three. Like, I don't know.
There are a lot of installments coming in threes.
Like Far Cry 3?
Yeah,
Yeah, Far Cry
like
3 looks really sick though. I mean,
it does, and I've never actually been into the Far Cry series. Like,
Yeah, same here.
yeah, I've never
yeah.
really gotten into it. One of my friends had the first one, he played it. I watched him play it, and I was like, not really
When I
for
was
me. It looks cool, but
when I was watching the video to it on the conference, I was like, "Wow, this game actually looks pretty cool. What is this?" And then it turned out to be Far Cry. I was like, "Really?" It kind of surprised me that it turned out to be Far Cry 3. So
I think it's one of those trailers though. Like the first trailer I saw, I think it had dubstep in it, so it could just be the dubstep again. That's getting me pumped. So
dubstep.
can't give my full opinion. Like,
No, the thing that really drew me in, and I believe is probably what's drawing Rice Bowl into, because we
yeah,
like to play a lot of multiplayer stuff, is the four-player co-op.
4-player co-op, and then you have the dedicated 4-player campaign.
oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a
four-player campaign has, yep.
separate story in itself, which, I mean, that's something that Reaper is actually talking to me about before we even started this, and I'm actually pretty excited for that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows how dedicated they were to that game. And and how much content they really wanted to put in there for the consumer. And honestly, from a consumer's perspective, I have to respect that. I mean, that's got to be a lot of work to make
Yeah, it
two
takes
separate
time.
campaign stories. Yeah.
Yeah. Is Far Cry 3 a multi-platform? Is that PS3
Mm,
exclusive?
Yeah, I think it's
mm,
multi-platform.
yeah. Because I
Okay.
know when I first saw it on the 360.
Right. Yeah.
But respect to Sony, I won't be mentioning 360 stuff. We'll keep it PS3.
Yeah, exactly.
Gameplay trailer is pretty hardcore. Have you guys seen that?
Seen
Yeah,
what?
yeah. I actually watched the tech demo of the multiplayer. They actually had the guy that was talking about it actually had three other people come out and they did a four-player co-op online. So
Wow.
or a campaign, I'm sorry. And
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool. Like somebody was like, hey, cover me here. The chick was like, oh, I got the bomb. I'm gonna plant the bomb here. And I thought it was pretty sweet looking. Um, looks like your basic first person shooter, but I'm pretty sure the story's got to be pretty good, especially if it's gotten this much hype. So I mean, you don't get to make a Far Cry 3 without having phenomenal games previous to it. So I might have to go pick up the other two and start playing them.
Kind of noticed something. Like, you notice Ubisoft is kind of like on point. They have
Ubisoft
like
stole
every
every
single game that's like coming
Ubisoft
out.
actually had a really good lineup. They really did.
yeah yeah. I mean I think they were like the best. If I had to choose what the best of E3 was, I mean I know we haven't covered Nintendo just yet, but I would have to say like I don't think any of them in particular won. I think the developers won, and I think Ubisoft killed it.
Yeah. They had a really good lineup. They were
Yeah,
prepared.
Yeah, they got so much good stuff. Pumped. All right.
but
So I have mixed feelings on this. How do you guys feel about the Wonder Book?
uh, it's kind of good if you have kids. That's my take on it. It's really for kids.
Yeah.
I don't see adults sitting there and trying. I mean,
What is
maybe
it
some
exactly
adults
for people who haven't seen it than me?
take the youngest, right?
Such as you. Pretty much it shows this person on stage. This girl, right, is a girl. She's on
Yeah.
stage, and what the video is, it pretty much shows. It's using the Move, I believe, or is it the toy camera thing?
Yeah, it's the iToy.
Yeah, and you have this like, little book that you're holding in your hands, but on screen it's showing like all kinds of these little effects going on, or you have like little pop-up stuff, animations going on. I mean, the thing is, like, as a person's using it, she has no idea what's going on. Me personally, if I was using it, I'd pick it up, be like, cool, and then put it back down. I'd probably let my cat play with the book or something. I don't know.
The heck?
But
Yeah.
Sounds weird.
yeah, you have to check out videos online. I mean, I'm sure you'll end up showing it in the podcast, but
Yeah, and I mean, just like you were talking about, like you're actually talking about using the move. That was with the Book of Spells, which
was
is
it?
another thing. Yeah, that was the Book of Spells. Like Wonder Book was the one that you were talking about with the book, but the one that actually utilizes the move is the Book of Spells.
Hmm.
And uh, I don't know. It's another one that looks like it's probably more for kids than anything else. I mean, even the tech demo was an utter fail. I'm sorry, but it was. The one lady was trying to use the spell book, and she was all like, Alakazam, or however you want to say magic spells. I don't know. Yeah, like whatever, like open sesame or whatever. And she was trying to do it for like 5 minutes. I mean, I'm probably exaggerating with 5 minutes, but it felt like eternity. And she was trying to open the book, and she was like smacking her wand at it. I mean, the only thing else she could have done was like rip the actual thing off herself. But it completely failed, and even the guy was like, "Oh well, it's just a tech demo, so I might fail." But I think everybody in the audience was like, "Yeah, I
Not
don't know
good.
about that."
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
Well,
but they completely woke everybody up when they led into God of War Ascension.
yeah. All right.
I
I'm
mean,
focused now.
yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what happened to everybody else. Once that came through, I think everyone was like,
I was just
"Whoa!"
drilling on my keyboard a second ago, so like it's nice to hear something about that.
Yeah, Kratos is back. Obviously, I mean, it wouldn't be God of War without him. But I believe they're actually going to focus on the original storyline of Kratos going from mortal to demigod. So I'm pretty sure that means they're more likely going to show like how he killed his parents, all that stuff.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I'm really excited about this.
God of War,
I
Sands of Time.
Yeah,
Anyone?
pretty much. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head with that because there's actually a piece in there that he was using some sort of time control. There's like a scaffolding like elevator on the side of like a mountain, and it started crashing down. You're like, okay, cool, stuff's breaking. Kratos is there, something's gonna break. And then all of a sudden he sticks his hand out. It's like a green orb or something, and the thing starts putting itself together. But halfway putting itself back together, he stops it, and he uses the debris like floating in midair to get across to the other side of the cliff, and then continues to put it back together and uses like the little scaffolding.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, I thought
pretty
that
cool.
was freaking
Yeah, I
cool.
saw that. I mean, that was cool. I mean, I like the environments too. They're so huge. Like they still got the scale, which is good because that's the whole thing about God of War. There's always like a huge like scale that would just feel like this massive world. So I mean, it looks good. I'm interested to see like what they do with it because it's gonna be hard to top God of War 3. That was a pretty good game.
Yeah, they're definitely bringing over the top boss fights back. It's also going to be the same, action puzzle platform gaming that everyone loved about the previous God of War installments. So, also, I mean, it's going to be a great game. I know everyone's going to want to play it. It's going to be a big seller. I mean, Sony's going to, destroy with game sales on that. I just see that happening.
Yeah,
And who doesn't
it's
like,
like
Kratos being God of War and Prince of Persia at the same time? It's a win-win.
God
and
of
if you get
Persia.
tired of playing God of War Ascension, just go play PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Pretty much.
Those are probably the
It's
two
like-
games that I would end up buying.
Yeah, there was actually another big hitter that they actually ended the night with, which is Last of Us.
Tell me about that.
It's actually placed in, how most games are doing now, like post-apocalyptic setting. And they're just
Yeah.
trying to survive and, get through, small towns and cities and things like that. And it looks, I don't know if you guys have played, I believe it's on the PSN as well, I Am Alive.
I've seen videos of it. It's something I was actually really interested in playing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's kind of it's literally just like that. It's the same concept. You gotta find materials. To survive. You have this girl that's traveling with you, and she kind of hides in corners and stuff when people come out. The only thing that was kind of hard for me is I was trying to do all this research on it because during the tech demo, they were cursing so much, which I personally don't care. Um, they were cursing so much during the tech demo that anybody who's watching live TV, they were pretty much watching one gigantic emergency broadcast video. I mean, one giant beep
Yeah, tell me about that.
for like
It's just-
for like 10 minutes. And I'm like, what the beep am I watching? That's pretty much how I responded. I'm like,
So
wow.
it's
There's
just
something
like
wrong
they're
with my TV.
swearing a lot, or
Where did my audio?
I guess.
the heck?
Like the only audio I heard was, uh, uh, uh. That's it. That's all I heard. Everything else was just in between. Beep.
Whoa.
And then it stopped. They had a small conversation about how the place that they just got into, it must have been real nice. It was trashed now. But they're like, wow, back then it must have been beautiful. The guy's like, yeah, my type of bloodline wouldn't be able to afford to be here. And then 30 seconds later, it's like beep, gunshot, pop, 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 beep.
Weird.
Like that's it.
All I saw
But
before
it
that.
does look good.
All I saw before that was like a little trailer, like quite a while ago, and it was like Last of Us, and actually no, it wasn't even a trailer; it was a teaser trailer, and like after that, I didn't hear anything about it. So
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what they're trying to do. Like I watched the gameplay, and it looked pretty good. I just don't know how they're gonna stand out or anything like that. So I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if Sony was just saying, this the last game they're gonna put out ever. It's The Last of Us. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but interesting nonetheless.
Yeah, but that's pretty much how Sony ended the night, and I was kind of like, a lot of the games that were big hitters were from Ubisoft. So, but
Yeah.
again, Ubisoft stole the show in all the conferences. So they just came. They were a big player in the E3, and I think they just swept everybody away. So
Yeah, they have so many good games coming out.
yeah. It was awesome. I mean, they even have like games like Assassin's Creed and all that for the Wii U. So which is great because we're covering up the Nintendo conference. So this will be the Nintendo conference portion of the podcast for anybody who didn't just pay attention to that.
Switching over to Nintendo.
Yep, but it's a me, Mario. And I guess we should start out with the Wii U because most of the night was about the Wii U. I mean, let's be real about it.
I was looking at the views. They had these polls going on, and I guess that it was the most watched, the most liked thing during the whole conference going on at E3 was everybody was pumped for the Wii U. I mean, I kind of disagree. I kind of sorry if I get any haters, but I mean, it's kind of like a current generation console, not a next generation console, in my opinion.
Right.
I'm
I
excited
agree
to see
with you
what
on that.
they roll out with. I'm guaranteeing that it'll sell without a problem, just because it's something new for the holidays. But I don't know. What do you guys?
That's how they do their whole marketing, though. Nintendo is really good about just putting out consoles that aren't necessarily like based on graphical power, but they'll sell. And I mean,
I was just really surprised that they came out with this console now. I mean, it's not a bad thing they came out with the new console now. They'll probably get a good amount of money coming in before any other consoles are released because it's the only new thing that is out. But they didn't even say anything about a new Zelda. They didn't say anything about a new Metroid, like the most popular games. Some of the most popular games they have for Nintendo, they didn't even really talk about at all or mention. So it's
Yeah.
kind of just too bad. I mean, it probably would have helped them a little bit, but something that did look good was Project P100. I thought that looked actually kind of nice.
Yeah. Oh man, that actually surprised me because I was like, okay, what is this? All of a sudden I see a robot falling onto the ground. I'm like, oh, robot standing over a ground. Where have I seen this before? I must have not have ever seen this before anywhere. And then immediately hit me Zone of Enders. I'm like, this is Zone of Enders. It's awesome. They're bringing Zone of Enders to Wii U. And then no, all of a sudden you're like this little person in the ground, and you're trying to gather up and save as many people like from fires, from all these things, and all around you, and you can form the people into like Jello-like tools
yeah, I saw that. It
and
was weird.
swords and shields and things, and I'm like, what? Tell me I can go outside right now and just find a group of people and be like, you form a sword. and, and then just find a robot and be like, I will smite thee. So that's crazy. Like,
It's like all the
especially
world's like heroes, and they have to like meld together to like
yeah.
create
And it's just like not
With all
even
of my
heroes or
powers
anything. It's just
combined.
random people.
together. We
Random people
make
that you save.
Jello. It's like what?
Yeah. Make a Jello shield, Jello sword.
I mean, it looked pretty good. Like, I don't know, like that controller that they're using. That's like the Wii U like controller. Thing's like huge though. What is that?
Well, they were supposed to actually improve on the Wii U controller. It's pretty much what it is. It's supposed to be like a standalone controller. Like you should be able to, or you're supposed to be able to, play any game on it. It has its own screen, and somebody could be watching TV, and
Yeah.
you can still play your Wii from using the Wii U and using the screen on the Wii U. So I think that's actually pretty cool, especially for people who don't want to play something like a girlfriend or something is like, oh, I want to watch soaps, and you're like, why? And you're like, I want to play Wii, and she's like, no, I want to watch, whatever soap she likes to watch. And you're like, okay, honey, you can play, or you can watch your soaps, that's fine. So I'll even sit and watch it with you. She's like, oh, that's awesome. And meanwhile, you're sitting there playing with your Wii U. That's a win-win.
Hiding it.
Yeah, hiding it somehow. But
Not gonna hide that thing. That thing's freaking huge.
when they first
It's a
talked
huge
about it,
controller.
yeah, it is. And when they
Massive.
first talked about it, they actually said it was only going to be compatible like for one controller per console. But they since then fixed that,
your
and now it can be up to two. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good call on their part, though.
Yeah. The only thing that concerns me though is that I've heard, and I'll just designate this as a rumor because it's a lot of people saying it's confirmed, but I don't know for sure. But I've heard that if you do use controllers, like the two controllers at the same time, it'll drastically drop the frame rate.
So
Sounds
No
plausible.
bueno. Yeah, I don't. That's kind of a game breaker for me.
Kind of sucks.
Yeah, but you never know because again, just like you guys were touching on, Nintendo's not really about power. It's more about like the
Yeah,
fun in
people won't
games and
notice. I mean,
the quirky little fun things you can do in games and the type of games they put out, like Super Mario Brothers Wii U.
Hmm.
Like that's a lot of people are waiting for something like that to come out. I'm happy that because Yoshi, I love Yoshi, so
The
I'm
crowd
happy
is
that they're
cheering them
bringing
on.
that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the cool thing is that just like the Super Nintendo versions way back in the day, the different colored Yoshis do different things. Like the blue Yoshi would blow bubbles and can trap enemies and stuff. And if you're in the dark, the yellow Yoshi can like light up the dark and things like that. And it acts as like a lantern. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, yeah. There's a
Yoshi.
lot of good games coming out.
Hey, just to backtrack really quick, I just wanted to touch something.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, the Miiverse thing. What do you guys think about the Miiverse? I'm afraid that a whole bunch of kids are gonna end up being on the Miiverse and they're gonna see like drawings of penises, breasts, and then there's gonna be like guys like trying to dirty talk these
Yeah.
little kids on the little chat room forum thing that they got going
Watch
on
you
for
play
different
with my
games.
Wii.
Pedo
Like,
time.
Yeah.
dude, I'm seeing trouble.
Hey
Good
kids, you
luck.
wanna play with my
Good luck,
Wii?
kids.
I don't know, like what? So is it like their home screen or something like that, or like the Wii U's home screen? Is that what it is?
Yeah, yeah, it's in that. It's just like Rice was saying. It's like somewhere where a community can get together and like converse with each other, draw pictures, things like that. Things like that is kind of late to the game. I gotta say honestly.
Mhm.
But who knows? It might work out for the Wii. It's just like Rice was saying though. I'm kind of scared about that. You know, they're gonna start drawing weird penises on the screen and things that are inappropriate for kids.
It's gonna happen.
They'll
Like,
probably have like
it's
some
gonna
block
happen.
on it, maybe. I don't know. Probably not.
Oh, what? Oh,
Someone's gonna like draw like Marcus Phoenix like chainsawing something, and people are gonna be like, "Oh my God, what's that? I'm scarred for life."
It's like whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh man, yeah, probably gonna
Speaking of
happen. Oh
drawing
well.
things, though, Scribblenauts HD. I've never seen. Supposedly, I guess they already had Scribblenauts going on, but this was the first time that I've ever seen it, and
Oh really?
I actually think it's really cool. Yeah, you
Yeah,
pretty
they
much get to
actually have it
draw
for the
whatever you want in the
DS.
game, and then, or isn't that what happens? You draw it,
Yeah, yeah. You can actually like you can draw it, or you can you like type it out what you want, and it'll pop out in the screen.
and you get to build like your own little. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, I think that was pretty interesting.
Yeah,
I
that's pretty
liked it
sick.
for the DS, and I know for the Wii U it's gonna be just as big of a hit. So a lot of people like Scribblenauts.
Hmm.
But that actually uses the Wii U's functions pretty well too, especially with trying to like draw stuff in there and things.
Hmm.
Another game that uses the Wii U's functions really well is Rayman Legends. I don't know if you guys watched the trailers and the tech demos on that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty cool. I'm really excited about the 5-player co-op on that.
Yeah, I mean, I've been a fan of Rayman like since back in like PS2 days or whatever, or even Nintendo 64. But I'm glad that they keep making stuff for it. And five player co-op, even better.
Yeah, and the graphics look great. I mean, they look pretty freaking cool. So it just looks fun to play. I mean, you have one character can play Rayman, and you have these other little quirky characters that come out, and they all do something different that can all work. Like each character can work together to make the same goal, like to get to the end. And especially with the 5-player co-op and working together, getting all these extra points and stuff by doing things like in unison, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of like Little Big Planet almost.
yeah. It's kind of like that. It's a little
Hey,
more up.
who was that guy speaking for the Nintendo? Like, well, I mean, during Nintendo, they kept on switching out speakers for it, but they had some guy. I found him so annoying, so boring and annoying at the same time. 'Cause he spoke so
What?
slow. I'm trying to think of his name. I have no idea who it is, but I hope he watches it so he knows that I don't like him. But he brought up something like it's supposed. He kind of made it something really big, and he's like Nintendo Land. I was like, wow, cool. What is Nintendo Land? I didn't even see.
Nintendo Land is they talked about this like a while back, like way before E3, and you can actually play like little multiplayer like carnival type games with each other, like it how do I explain this? Have you ever played Mario Kart 64?
Yeah.
Okay, you remember the battle mode where you had like that grid where you have the balloons on your cart and you have like a giant square grid with little, you can go around the whole grid and try to battle each other. It's kind of like that, except you have like the whole area on the screen and then you have like your what you can actually see in your perspective on the Wii U screen.
Hmm.
And it's kind of like that. And there are some games that actually integrate that with their games, like Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion has a game type that's like that where you have to like go against the ghosts and stuff, and if the ghosts, if all the ghosts get a hold of your guys, then the ghosts win. If you get to your objective before the ghosts do, or the ghosts take you over, then you win.
Yeah.
It's all right. I mean, it's like Pac-Man. I mean,
Hmm.
it's kind of like, Pac-Man for all different types of game styles. So, I don't know. Not too excited about it, but I'm sure some people would want to
Uh,
see that. So,
yeah, I'll take a look at it on YouTube at some point.
Yeah, definitely check it out. I mean, if nothing else.
yeah. Well, they have like other games coming out that they just talked about it, but they didn't show much on it. Like, like Paper Mario, we all knew that was coming.
Lego
This was
City.
coming for the 3DS too. Yeah, Lego City is
Yeah.
another one. Um, what got me really confused, and I think Ricewell knows where I'm going with this.
My name is Batman.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. I can't tell you how upset I am about that. Cause
What
why?
the heck?
It's
Yeah.
Batman
Why?
Arkham City like Armored Edition.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. Exactly. What the hell
That's like a
is?
year old, maybe even longer.
Yeah. Why would you do that? Like, why would you try to bring out? Oh, we got this new console coming out. The Wii U. It's gonna have all these integrations and it's gonna be great. And we're gonna feature one of the hottest new games to come to the system. Batman Arkham City. Now, don't get me wrong. I love this game. This
Yeah,
game
you
is
you
such
played
a
it.
great game. Yeah, I played the hell out of this game.
Yeah, I
Um,
played it too. It's really good. I mean,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
we
and the
doubt.
both actually
DLC.
talked really good about it.
Yeah, yeah, and the DLC, Harley's Revenge. You got to go play it.
Oh, I haven't even played that
But
yet.
amazing. But why?
Well,
Why
they
a
got this
year
new
later?
feature where you can fly around the boomerang, Reaper.
That's true. That is one of the cool things about it. I will not deny Batman his due when it comes to that. It's kind of cool to know that you can like control the Batarang, and you can navigate the menus and the gadgets from the Wii U without actually having to go into a game menu.
Yeah, I mean, it looks
But
pretty cool. I mean, you have all your gadgets right there on the controller. I mean,
right.
eh.
But the thing is, the thing that drives me nuts is that they make it easier to do the combos, and it soups up Batman to make him, excuse me, to make him like super strong out of nowhere, like no reason whatsoever, no reason why. Just you can just do it, and it's like
Steroids.
yeah, it's like it makes you steroid Batman, and it makes the game like super easy to do. I get, not everybody is a hardcore gamer. I understand that, but I don't know. It's just I'm
I don't know,
upset.
I've been hearing good things and bad things about it, so it's kind of hard to tell like what the true analysis is on it.
Yeah. I'm really interested in seeing how they're going to use that new controller they got going on for the Wii U. Um, there was some game that I was looking at, I think it was during the conference, but it showed, I think they slid down a finger on the actual screen on the controller, and then it made somebody go to a briefcase and opened up their inventory. Did you guys see that? What game that was? Was that Zombie U?
I think so. I think
Yeah,
that was Zombie U. Um, Zombie U is kind of like Left 4 Dead for the Wii U. Not knocking that. I love Left 4 Dead. I'm a huge fan of the series. I love zombies. Anything
Yeah.
with zombies, I'm in. Just shut up and take my money. But what's really cool about Zombie U, and I think is one of the bigger games that's going to be coming out for the Wii U, is pretty much what's making the Wii U approachable. Would be they actually showed this during the tech demo. The guy's running from the zombies. You're trying to shoot the zombies and all, and you get to this room and it's locked and it's got a keypad on it, and you're like, okay, keypad. What should I do with this keypad? Of course, you want to punch digits and try to get in. Well, you can actually do that using the Wii U controller. The keypad comes up on the Wii U controller. You can hit the keypad buttons and try to get the access code to get in. Yet, while on the screen, you could still see, like, you can still turn your head and see zombies behind you while you're trying to use your finger to unlock the keypad from the Wii U controller.
Yeah, that's
pretty
really cool.
That was really awesome. I was watching that. I was like, wow, that's a great way to utilize the great tool that's in your hand right now, instead of just like, oh yeah, we can see extra menus.
And once again, like I saw like them using the controller, the Wii U controller, to bring up like the inventory, and also like they would hold it up on the screen to like see like surrounding like environment where enemies were, and
Yeah, I saw
also
that, yeah.
using it as a scope for like a gun. Like
Really?
that's
Yeah.
kinda cool.
Yeah,
didn't
that
see
was
that.
during I think what was it?
I was
It
during
Black Ops?
the booth interview. Or what
Yeah,
are you
yeah, but I
talking
mean,
about?
was it Black Ops, or were they actually bringing that to the Call of Duty to the Wii? And I think that's what that was.
No, that was for Zombie U.
Oh, it was Zombie U? Oh, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. That was during the same tech demo. You're right. I'm sorry. I
Was
was
it blinked again?
I mean, they're probably implementing kind of the same thing. Like we can already tell with like the Batman and everything else. Like the controller is kind of going to be like those few things: inventory, possible scope, and like map as well. So
Right. The scope thing I can deal with because that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It feels like you're actually aiming the gun yourself. The menus, whatever. It makes it like what, 0.2 seconds faster. I mean, come on, really? That's kind of like the Wii U is made to say like, oh, you guys are lazy. We're gonna make this easy for you, so you can be lazy and use the Wii U to use your items. I don't care about that. But Zombie U makes great use of the Wii U. If you are going to get a Wii U, anybody who's listening to the podcast, I recommend the Wii U only for Zombie U, if nothing else. If you don't listen to anything else we've said about the Wii U and the great things about it, Zombie U will change your mind.
Yeah.
There's a one part in there where the zombie actually grabs you, and you can use the Wii U to like bash the zombie off of you. And you pick it up, and the zombie's face is like in the screen, like trying to bite you and stuff, and you just like bash the Wii U towards him. Now, don't get this confused with trying to toss the remote towards the TV. That's not how you get rid of a zombie. I know people are not that intelligent, and they're gonna start going, "Oh, there's a zombie. Let me toss the Wii U across the
I can
screen."
hear the headlines now.
Exactly. Don't be stupid and do that.
Cat killed by Wii U controller. Great. Here we go.
Yeah, the headline: "Cat killed by Wii."
Trying to kill this zombie, and then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. It's like, oh man, yeah. See, that's what happens.
Oh man, yeah. If I get Zombie U for the Wii U, I'm gonna have to put my cat in the room or something.
Yeah, dude, lock that thing away.
No. In all honesty, like, I think Nintendo did a decent job. I mean, to me, it's kind of a fail, but at the same time, at least they're coming up with something new. Everybody wants something new. I mean,
Yeah.
he was talking about wanting something new yesterday, and
Yeah, I mean, other people have kind of touched on the same thing, like with the general like outlook on this E3, and it was just like, yeah, I mean, there's lots of good stuff in my opinion. I'm not like disappointed at all, but at the same time, like, there's nothing really new and fresh that's come out. Like, you guys kind of see what I'm saying, but definitely a lot of good sequels. Obviously, Ubisoft is like destroying the market right now.
Ubisoft did really well.
And I mean Halo 4, but I mean pretty much everything that I'm really excited for, most of it, I'd say 80% or more is just sequels. So I mean,
yeah, nothing wrong with that.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I agree. They're coming out with great games. That's what people want. I mean,
Keep us busy. They get
Yeah.
their money for sales and
yep.
be ready
Everybody
for the next
wins.
console. Yeah. but
I think that's what they ended their conference with. So I mean, that's pretty much covers it all. I know they had some extra things on the 3DS. There's a lot of updates coming for the 3DS, but they're supposed to be touching on that later this week.
One game
yeah.
that I kind of want to touch on that we haven't. I don't know if you guys saw this too, but oh man, something has to do with dogs. I don't know. It was a Watchdog. Is that it? There's two
Oh.
different ones. But which
Well.
one am I thinking of?
it's pretty bad that you can't remember the name. I know what you're talking about though. I think it's Lost Dogs. Is it?
I know well, the thing is, there's two like new like releases. They both have like dogs in the name, so I don't know.
Please tell me you're not talking about Nintendogs.
No, what? Yeah, man, you guys, I'm so pumped. Like buying,
I'm so pumped.
like, dude.
I must raise this Labrador.
I think it might be Watch Dogs.
Yeah, I just typed in Lost Dogs on Google and I got
Yeah,
Pearl
it's
Jam.
Watch Dogs. I was correct.
Okay, my bad.
There's one other one too. I forget what it is, but it's something I'm not really interested in. But Watch Dogs is the one I'm talking about. Once again, it's Ubisoft. Like, and this is a new thing. Like, this isn't a sequel or anything like that. But looks really cool. Guy with like
This
a
game
trench
actually
coat.
looks really good.
Yeah, I
this
watched
part-
I watched the gameplay like twice or three times just because I was like, whoa. I was like, this is like pretty sick. Like, you walk around and like you use your little phone device. Like, you pretty much have control of like anything electronic, anything that's like plugged in. You can get stats on like anybody around you. Take control of traffic lights, bridges. Like,
Oh yeah. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. I was lost for a minute, but yeah, that was awesome. I
Is this
did
for
watch the
PS3?
gameplay on that.
I'm pretty sure
360.
they were like a lot of trolls were like trolling it because like it was on PC. I believe they were playing it on. And it's going to be like every console. I think it's PC, PS3, and Xbox. So
Yeah, it looks really good. I'm actually watching it right now. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
At
it's
first, I wasn't too
really
sure about the name. I forgot what the name was, so that's why I didn't chime in on it. But
that was one of those things where it just kind of like it wasn't really announced
Wow.
before E3 or anything like that. But you know, during E3, they're just like, "Hey, check this out," and it was kind of like one of those like nice surprises or something like that, something new. So just thought I'd
Yeah,
put it
yeah.
out there. Definitely check out the link if you haven't yet. It's definitely worth
Yeah.
watching.
it looks good.
yeah,
It
this
really
this
does look good.
part of the podcast is brought to you by Google Search. Saves
Oh,
you
wow.
during the podcast.
He's slowing down time. That's cool.
But yeah, but if there was anything that we missed or anything that you guys would like to hear more about or would like us to cover, please let us know in the comment section below. And also like and subscribe to our channel.
So this pretty much ends it, and we're going to be on a regular schedule after this, weekly podcast, so stay tuned for that. This has been E3, so we've been trying to put out like crazy amounts of stuff. We tried our best, but this is definitely covering all of PS3 and Nintendo, and till next time, I think we're going to sign off. So,
Wow. I think I'm gonna buy Watch Dogs.
yeah, I'm definitely buying. Like, it looks really cool. Like, it was one of those nice things that came out. Right, guys. Signing off. See you next week.
Later, guys.
Peace out.
Inverted hashtag, flip it upside down. It's a podcast, we're gonna joke around. The latest news, running the law, game reviews, gadget talk, and many more. Just a few dudes putting on a show. Each screaming question in the ring is sold. You're listening to Inverted hashtag, enjoy the show.